Hi people, it's Archivist here with yet another question for my fellow gamers. Today I'd like to ask you what your top 5 favourite open world games are. However, instead of ranking the games by their overall quality, try to think of the world itself and how you as the player can interact with it. Consider what you can do in the game without actually participating in the main story. For example, finding collectibles or completing minigames. Maybe the world itself is huge and diverse, with ample opportunity for mischief and mayhem. While you think about your top 5 open world sandbox games, let me tell you mine.
Number 5.
Saints Row 4 feels like the forbidden offspring of Prototype and GTA. On the one hand there's shooting and driving, but on the other there's superpowers and aliens. Virtual Steelport is ripe with opportunities to flex your godlike powers. You may fling citizens as if they were screwed up balls of paper being thrown into a bin, or plummet towards the ground causing cataclysmic devastation. It's crazy, unrestrained madness, and that's what makes it such a great world to play in. One thing I will say though is that Saints Row 4 relies more on what you can do in the open world than the open world itself.
Number 4.
Assassin's Creed 4 makes the list for 2 key reasons. First of all, the open world is gorgeous, absolutely breathtaking. From a visual standpoint, little comes close to the majesty of the Caribbean. Secondly, the sheer number of things to do outside of the main story is staggering. There are forts to conquer, there's treasure to be found, and much more. Beauty and discovery are the perfect combination for a great open world.
Number 3.
Although I hadn't played or even heard of Sleeping Dogs until recently, I must say that I found it to be a marvellous experience. Like many of the games on this list, you can drive around, shoot bad guys and play dress up, but the reason I enjoyed Sleeping Dogs so much was the unique setting. With so many games taking place in American cities, it's nice to have something a little different. Hong Kong is both well designed and has plenty for players to sink their teeth into. Although not strictly relevant to the topic of open worlds, I have to mention how fun the melee combat is in this game.
Number 2.
Just Cause 2 is a sandbox that invites you to create as much chaos as possible, and who are we to reject such an invitation? Of all the praises I could lavish upon Just Cause 2, it is the sheer scale of the world that makes it so impressive. Admittedly, a lot of the world is covered in trees and desert, but it is by no means a barren landscape. Moreover, traversing the environment never becomes a hassle thanks to the vast array of entertaining vehicles, and of course the parachute grapple combo.
It's number 1.
I appreciate how painfully predictable I am being by placing GTA 5 in the top spot, but I believe it to be truly deserving. The story aside, Blaine County and Los Santos are terrific locations with a tremendous amount of detail. Whether you enjoy vast open areas or busy urban environments, GTA 5 has you covered. Similar to Just Cause 2, GTA 5 has a plethora of vehicles to choose from with some in-depth customization options. Grand Theft Auto has set the standard for open world sandboxes for years now, and it's not hard to see why. So these were my favourite open world sandboxes, but what are yours? Maybe you enjoyed the Wasteland from Fallout 3, or perhaps the Rook Isles from Far Cry 3 really impressed you. Let me know in the comments below. As always people, thanks very much for watching and see you next time.